number 3 OG taking on Alliance. Fall coming into the series, I had OG, you had Alliance. I'm going to stick with OG. Are you standing by your boys from Sweden?
Oh, come on. Man, I wanted to go with OG this time. You know what? I'll stand by my Alliance boys just because they have the Ake Chen, they have the Bulldog, Lone Druid. They have basically comfort heroes. I'm just...
Oracle, though.
Legion Commander and the Oracle. Those are the two big ones for me right now.
Oracle has not had a great win rate at the tournament. Not to say it can't be a strong hero, it just hasn't worked out. But
I want Legion Commander to win.
I like the Legion pick. I actually really like it. We've seen the Lone Druid Legion Commander combo before. I think it was actually eHome running it with Lanham playing as a support Legion Commander, but this time it will be a carry for Loda. And you basically just keep on throwing press the attack on the bear, and it gets absolutely out of control. When they did that, they even had a Crosswex Invoker, so they were also throwing Alacrity on the bear. It was just insanely strong. We won't quite see that level. But what about the Oracle? Why do you think Alliance went to it this game?
I think it was just a nice and safe pick, some burst damage added into their lineup, and then I was commenting to you about the guy on Reddit who said, you know, whenever you see somebody pick Ember Spirit, you know, pick Oracle and follow him around and it's gonna like ruin his game. So maybe they're going for something like that, but it also gives you like the save as well, which is gonna come in handy at multiple different times. So we'll see. I
like your Reddit impression. No matter
that's how I read it. You know, when you look at it and you're reading it, you're just like, this guy definitely doesn't like Ember Spirit, so he picks Oracle. All
He's role playing a Water Spirit, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Game 3. Rune's getting ready to spawn. Crowd's hyped up.
What a hype day. Both series going to Game 3.
And Alliance going to be controlling the bottom rune here. On the other side, it looks like OG will get the top. So Miracle going to be grabbing his early bounty. S4 his as well.
So it does look like Ake is going to be emphasizing on shutting down the top lane, which it was the Tidehunter, but now they actually they switched it up. They're putting Tide bottom versus the Lone Druid and having Bristleback top. Probably going to see some rotations come out of the Wisp there, but he doesn't go for the bottle. We've been seeing Crit doing this over and over lately. He buys the stick, he buys the gauntlet, and he gets just some regen on himself.
Hello, Fly. In pretty deep here.
Uh-oh.
And Alliance doing some heavy damage, has the Rolling Boulder.
Roll out.
But they still force it out nice and early, and he does not really get too much done. Looks like he maybe wanted to try and bully the Chen of Ake a bit, but Ake will find the early Hellbear Smasher and get to work.
Yeah, and again, Ake did port into the middle lane, and he ran top and put the ward behind the tower right away, or on that cliff that you see there.
You know, it's kind of a big deal that he took all that damage, where normally it wouldn't necessarily be, because he does not start with a Salve here, and his HP is pretty low. He rolls in. First one's a miss. S4 looking to turn this and punish. Hooks him with some auto attacks. Meanwhile, top though, this could be the first blood. No Tail dropping quickly. Looks like they did bring in the Chen creep, and it is a connection. Alliance strike first. They're off to the races.
They even have the passive on Legion Commander, so I guess he just was not really expecting all the damage coming out from the Fortune's End as well as the Ursa Clap.
I mean, obviously having the sustain can be very nice against the slow and steady harassment that Bristleback brings to the table, but our Spirit already back to the well. Chen already scoring a first blood, so Ake getting more done here on the roaming support early. As for our mid lane though, Miracle 8-3. S4 sitting around 7-2, and he's still got 2 creeps to go for this wave, so could be slightly ahead, but this is a really good start for an Ember Spirit. Is this a matchup where you expect them to do this well?
With the Poor Man Shield, as well as just getting a little bit of help from the Wisp at the start to block the creep wave, as long as the lane is in a good position for him, he does okay. And they both do have lane wards in the mid lane, as well as he does go for the slightest fist skill build, so you can't really even Shadow Strike him at all.
I'll see Miracle for now closing in on level 4, and Ake prowling around in the river trying to decide which lane he wants to gank next.
Yeah, just kind of emphasizing on that. For people who don't really know about it, is you can constantly dodge the Shadow Strike if you Sleight of Fist properly. This time it does connect on Miracle though.
Yeah, it's a 30-second cooldown, and at level 1 the Shadow Strike 16, so there is that window where you want to Sleight of Fist if you leave it at level 1, but you can just play safer, and at the very least it reduces the overall damage you're taking. Generally, we'll see the Queen of Pain at least take just the 1 point and threaten you and force you into Sleight of Fist. But here, top lane roll onto Loda, going to be healed up by EGM. They turn it quickly, and he easily walks away. Back to full HP against a tri-lane. Very sustainable. dual lane that Alliance are running, and this is allowing the Chen of Ake to be active elsewhere. It doesn't seem like they need his help even against 3 heroes.
Yeah, but then putting the pressure on Loda just lets the Bristleback be able to get farm. Not just levels, but yeah, the last hits is really important. When you look up on the last hit board right now, they have 3 people getting decent amount of farm, even though S4 is doing a really good job in the mid lane right now.
And the one lane we haven't really looked at is Bulldog bottom lane up against Moon, who had a rough game number 2 after a pretty good game 1 on the Slardar. But in game 2 in game 1 he had that like 3 to 4 minute window before the 10-minute mark where he was left alone, caught up with the Iron Talon nicely. Hasn't played out this game as we see Miracle moving in mid, still has the chains, was trying to get S4 low enough that he would die before the chains expired, but didn't quite bring him into the critical HP threshold. S4 with a blink cooling down, it's going to force Miracle back. But gotta say, Ember Spirit having a pretty good time considering the matchup. Yeah,
definitely. But S4 is, I mean, 23-6 to 13-3. He's definitely having a much better time than the Ember Spirit.
Yeah, is getting harassed quite a bit, but has the bottle, getting his level so far. Closing on level 5, and probably continues to receive help for these sports top lane. No, soon they leave No.3 alone. In they go, getting blocked out by the Hellbear. Alliance find another one.
Yeah, really well done
Big
there.
Daddy they pick on. The ward did scout that rotation, I think, as they rolled down.
Yeah, Bulldog, a little bit of a micro mishap there. He actually sent his bear to the bottom room to Savage Roar so that he can secure the rune, but Moon gets it anyway before the Savage Roar goes up.
So now a regen rune picked up for Miracle, S4.
Uh-oh, crit. Could be in trouble here.
Again.
Oh, no mana for the second Purifying Flames there.
Close call and Fly. Rolling.
Does get on the creeps. Oh,
can they finish them off? The Quills come out. Fly though, is he in too far? Troll Trap going down to 5 seconds, just explodes to the nuke damage from EGM. Massive damage. And they're gonna walk away.
Good old Penitence. That 15% bonus damage really applying there. And Fly being a little bit too aggressive with his rolling boulder there.
So this bottom lane going quite well for Moon overall. Closing on level 6. Bulldog also getting his farm. Do you expect anyone to start moving as far as these lanes go for either team? Generally, the Lone Druid's going to sit here, but like would Tidehunter or Ember maybe rotate, or do they also just want to focus on their own levels?
They probably just want to wait until Moon has Ravage, then they can try to make a play with 2 or 3 man rotation. If the Wisp comes with the Earth Spirit, perhaps they can get the kill on Bulldog, but he does opt for the phase boot so that he can harass Moon a bit.
Yeah, this is definitely a deviation for Bulldog, but generally he's not getting the 1v1 matchups either.
Yeah, it's just like an adjustment that he definitely realizes from in his pub games and stuff. He does this all the time.
They go for Miracle mid lane. He's not level 6. He's real close though, and he's going in with the Flame Guard. Forces out some very defensive play from Alliance here, and now he is 6.
Let's see if we try.
See me while bottom.
Bait.
For Bulldog. He's got the Ravage ready. Bulldog has not scouted this one out. They're still pressuring mid lane. Miracle, second round. Will this be the charm? No. He's barely alive. Healing up from the Purifying Flames now.
It's very close.
And bottles. So Fly, it looks like, did not find the opportunity to go on Bulldog. He's now going to pull the lane back. And it seems he too will dodge the gank.
Oh, Ake's not happy though. He just got another Wildkin. He's like, damn it, I want to get this. I want to get my gank going right now. I've had my smoke. I want my secondary proper ganking creep.
Used to be Wildkin was like the dream creep for that AFK jungling, you know, just stack the camps up, but now it seems to be much more about the satyrs than anything else.
Yeah, it just seems like aggression pays off much better in this type of patch right now.
Stack Dota, where have you gone? I don't think anyone really misses it too much though.
Yeah. Looks like No.3 doesn't want to stay in that top lane anymore. He wants to make his way down to the bottom and secure some farm. They catch the Ravage on Bulldog.
And they are committing here on the bear, but a great Savage Roar once again might be enough to scare Bulldogs with 3 hit equipment. 2 of cores, the goo. And while that's happening, there's also a gank towards the top lane. Flanking crit and looking to lock him down. Ziho just wants some levels. Tenner's back. It might just be far enough to get out. Loda was not 6, did not have the duel, but Crit continues to retreat. Purifying Flames healing him up bit by bit. One more swing, and Loda jams it in with the overwhelming odds. Gets the kill. Well played there. We do see a TP going down in 10 seconds. A miracle, though, with the DD rune. So Alliance, they got to be careful about forcing the issue here top.
Yeah, definitely. They do have an extra catapult too that Ake picks up, but I don't know if a Miracle wants to make the full commitment to going up there.
So they have adjusted the lanes now. It's No.3 over to bottom, and they're leaving supports up top.
Yeah.
Thoughts on the rotation?
I mean, it's definitely needed. They already have. Tidehunter already has 6. He doesn't really need to get anything else out of the lane. You definitely want No.3 to be getting something, not to be at risk of dying.
So No.3 is going to opt for the Ring of Health here.
They've replaced that. Alliance replaces that same ward on that cliff there.
Don't think it was scouted by the Radiant either. But we're yet to see Miracle leave the mid lane, really. And, you know, down a bit as far as CS goes best for, but he's really stabilized overall. 35 to 41. It's a lot closer than it was when you pointed out the advantage S4 had a couple of minutes ago.
Yeah.
And that's with the additional pressure the Oracle brought, so gotta say he's showing just why he gets so much hype.
The one scary thing is that No.3 is still getting heavily pressured in this bottom lane. Bulldog's just sticking his bear on him constantly, hoping for the roots. Not able to get that efficient farm that he wants.
Bulldog feeling a lot more confident now that the Ravage is down and No.3 showing himself. Yes, Moon did opt for the Iron Talon in the end. And, with the Iron Talon, with the levels maxed out Anchor Smash, he has gone to the jungle. He'll be building towards the mech here, along with the Arcane Boots.
And he's gonna get it a pretty decent timing.
5-man will get a lot scarier with that, and you look at a Bristleback likely going into a Vanguard next. These heroes will get quite tanky. You have some good frontliners for an Ember Spirit, and a squishy support in an IO. Speaking of which, Crit, he's feeling a little underleveled right now. Only 4 at the 9-minute mark.
Yeah, the two supports on the side of OG are kind of suffering. The Chen is level 5 for Alliance already, and the Oracle is already level 5.
Ake, also only 5, a bit of bad luck, but he's had more impact in the lanes with all the smoke gangs, so.
Yeah.
He has secured a slight lead here, mid lane, they jumped in on S4, the Remnants come crashing out, and then the Boulder Kick smashes the Quap into the ground. OG will make the Queen of Pain feel some pain of their own. Grab the kill, 2 to 4 now. And they are finding opening. That's a pretty big kill as Crit closes in on his level 5, Fly just securing
charges too.
Ooh. Delicious.
I feel like that's actually the big one. Of course, getting the kill is huge, but getting the earn charges up on Crit is always super useful because he doesn't opt for the bottle anymore, it seems.
Yeah, that is an interesting adjustment, and we've seen him go much more into the stick early on. That bounty run in the bottle, I guess they just really want Miracle to get the bounty run early. And in the matchup, I guess he needed it, benefited from a lot, so it has paid off. Grab the bounty run top now. So what are the timings you're looking at here, Yannis, with the way the game's developing? Key items, key abilities or opportunities for rotation? Like, what's each team's, you know, checklist of what they're looking for?
Of course, setting up for bottom right now, but I'm like positive that Alliance really wanted to get that top tower, but OG is really committing a bunch of heroes, just not allowing them to do that. I think that the rotation they wanted to do is getting that top tower and then going toward that bottom tower and trying to pressure it with the LD, with the Legion Commander, but they're not able to do so just yet. But now we do see Loda moving toward that mid lane. Ake already actually smoked without him, but it looks like they're going to go toward that bottom lane and just invade anyway. They saw Moon coming in toward top lane, and they're just like, you know what, Moon is the strongest hero on their team right now, let's just avoid him for now, for the time being.
They are flanking. Miracle in mid. Going in now, they commit the duel. Can they burst him down in time? They have a Centaur stomp, they'll let it fly. Miracle dropping low, he gets the sleight of fist off and he jumps away. Didn't have the correct amount of chain stun to finish the job.
Yeah, I think Ake really rushed the stun there on the Centaur stomp. The duel was still going on.
Did he get off the boulder toss?
Yeah, he got the boulder toss off, but the stun went off when the duel was still going on. It's a really long disable. Even at level 1, 4 seconds in it. I think it was like 2 seconds in, so. But at least it baited a bit of a reaction toward the mid lane, and now they were able to claim that bottom tower and get some damage on the tier 2. So
Bulldog, the secret victor there. Midas coming, but with the early phase boots, this will not be a particularly fast Midas. We're now 12 minutes in. And he also got boots for the hero as well, so. Yeah, that's something that you never see Bulldog do. It delays the Radiance timing, but it did allow him to maybe hold his own more bottom lane as S4. Forces the match. Threatens Moon, but can't finish the job. Not quite enough firepower. Yeah, that was really nice. Instead of Ake going for bottom tower, because he saw S4 there, he goes for that mid rotation, and it ends up working out perfect for them. So Alliance spots that ward in the mid lane too. They just placed their own, and they saw Crit place another one. Oh, Alliance, yeah, aggressive here. Going for the D ward. The Chen creeps will do it safely. As OG are grouping up, so having vision of this particular location, hugely advantageous right now. And No.3 finished up his Vanguard, and they do seem to be wanting to stack up the Ancients just to get him a little bit more influx and farm. And that was what we saw the Ember Spirit really brought to the table in Game 1, was the opportunity to play for the late game, to not feel any pressure to force the issue, even with the lead, and they would just find pickoffs when they were convenient, not like be pressing too hard to get them.
Yeah, and Alliance spotted that invis rune, so they're just avoiding that mid tower completely. Same thing, avoid Moon, he's got Ravage up, he's got the mech, there's no point in being there. Just let Bulldog do his own thing bottom, try to delay them a little bit and just play in the enemy jungle.
Well, they scout out Ake here. Miracle wants to go. The TPs are coming. Pings are out. And Moon flanks. Will he get there in time? Miracle tracking Ake down. Finds the secure chains. Delayed level 6 save. He goes for the stop. And they throw a boulder there. But the Remnants forward will end him. And Fly celebrates it. To the fact. So now Relocate about to come out. And they also have Magnetized. So these slightly under-leveled OG supports are getting their level 6s at long last.
Yeah, that seems fine though. You know, you only lose your Chen, you lose some of the creeps, but not the biggest deal because Bulldog was able to get more damage on that bottom tower. And I think he is not going for the Rangers build. Okay, he's going for the Maelstrom this game.
I think they want to actually set up on S4 here. They have Ravage. Are they considering this?
They might be able to get it here.
Fly scouting him out. He goes for the quick kick, rolling it with the boulder, toss the Ravage. Oh, it actually went right through him. The tentacle just pierced his hero, but apparently wasn't actually in stun range. Still though, Miracle chasing him down with the Flame Guard. Oh, blink, couldn't quite get out.
If that Spirit didn't hit him, I think he actually may have lived there. Top lane, getting pressured.
That was bizarre. It clearly looked like the Ravage should have hit him visually, but
yeah.
It works out in the end anyways. Loda duels No.3, preventing the Bristleback from offering anything, and it is the first duel victory of the game. Alliance make it 5-4, but nothing comes for free for either team.
Yeah, now they're going to build the pressure to this top tower. Miracle is there to kind of deter the push a bit, but inevitably I think that top tower is going to go down.
Do they try and hold? It seems they want to. Miracle popping the Flame Guard and now engaging after the Oracle's already tried to purge him. And he'll get that extra damage on Loda, but the Savage Door comes through. They don't have another stun. Good control there by Bulldog, allowing Alliance to retreat safely. And look at this. There is no Midas. In fact, Bulldog says, I'm going Maelstrom.
Maelstrom, yeah.
This is a throwback lone Druid build. I'm actually curious now, when is the last time we've seen a Maelstrom lone Druid in a... Certainly from Bulldog, it's been ages.
Yeah, it's been a long time. I guess they just want to be able to have the timing sooner. They want to be able to push these towers down early. And they know Ravage is down right now, so this is the time to be able to try to pressure lanes. However, OG does not want to drop towers. They're bringing 4 or 5 heroes everywhere that the towers being pressured.
They want that bear, but it does manage to get up to Savage Roar, though the kick comes through anyway. They're trying to heal it up with the Oracle. Not going to happen. EGM ends up going down, and now the chase all runs that for. They get the silence. Really good control, but he does blink out. Another kick comes through. It connects up to Fly! Nails it straight down the middle. That's 2 kills in the end. Almost got a 3rd out of it. S4 will make it home. But OG keep on pressing in, and the good thing for them is that they're doing this without a Ravage. They're not committing big spells.
Guardian Greaves though there was really helpful, especially because of course, you know, when Wisp is tethered with something, you get the double heal. They were able just to punish Alliance being a little bit too aggressive.
S4 is just getting bullied every time I see Miracle. He's chasing this poor Queen of Pain. And it seems S4 is not going to be rushing an Orchid. He's actually going, defensive. Uh-oh. No. Oh, S4. You can't afford to make that kind of a mistake.
That was, yeah, I guess something happened there, like something with the mouse or something.
Misclick.
That was a very weird blink there for S4.
Oh, it's a costly one.
Top lane, top river.
Goal number 2.
There it is.
Loda also snagging a haste turn, but Miracle just rushes in. He wants to kill off the squishy supports. He knows the duel's on cooldown, but Loda does have the haste to work with, so a lot of damage. As Miracle overextended, has one remnant. Miracle's turn! Oh, he just got a little... Oh, is he going to live? Is he going to live? Barely survives. Oh, the timing was just right for him. Slightly off for S4, but it works out in the end for the Wonder Kid. BGM though, team, where's my team? He's not going anywhere. But S4 looks determined perhaps, has his ultimate. They're slowly working EGM down as the false promise expires. They will kill him off. Now S4, nuking Crash, but he chains again. He turns desperately with the quaffle. Again he pops S4, 0-4. That is not the performance they're expecting of his Queen of Pain. And here from the rear comes Fly, goes for the kick through, and they get to work. Loaded with the duel, no tail dropping fairly quickly, but Miracle steady starts to magnetize. A lot of work. Can Bulldog gain on the chains of air, perched up immediately, and they chase onwards. It's not Alfredo, it's the main Bulldog can't do the work, but it's not enough. Moon shuts them down. 4 heroes back to into the well for Alliance, and the 5th is running for dear life.
And Miracle's full healed there. Guarding Greaves plus the Wisp. Relocate coming out. They're looking for load up. Blink Dagger's on cooldown. Miracle thought he was going left, but it doesn't seem like they're going to catch him.
They committed a buyback on the IO there, but oh, well worth it. Oh. Miracle is everywhere.
That's such a cool interaction too. You saw how when he remnanted top, it just didn't move. It's because the Fortune's End stops movement. So your remnant just doesn't move because you have no movement. That was, I really didn't know that that's the way it works.
Yeah, and he just like, you normally at least get a couple of units away, but they're trying to keep him alive. Crit with the tether in. Loda looking for duel number 3. It's not going to happen. This time it's another kill for OG as Miracle continues chasing forward. They banned this hero second phase, so OG took it earlier in this game, and you can see why. The Miracle Show is live here in Kiev, and Alliance seem to have no answers for him at this point. EGM in the trees, can he TP? Oh, that's not gonna happen. Another 4 heroes. Self-destruction sequence activated. Alliance are losing it.
OG they're doing such a good job at responding to these pushes. They don't care if the Ravage wasn't up like you were saying before. They just don't want to lose those tier 1s, which I think is extremely important to them. If they lose that map control versus the Chen, it can be devastating. And you're seeing Ake is getting punished so heavily because of this, because he's not able to get the towers. He still doesn't have his mech.
Well, we need to take a breath, but more importantly, I think Alliance do, Fog. How do they calm down, reset, try to look at the state of the game? There's been some individual miscues, some team decision-making that obviously hasn't worked. What should they be doing? What's the way back into the game?
They need to chill out, honestly. They keep getting outnumbered in these team fights. They don't have everybody there. They don't have the creep army built up or anything. They need to watch out, because every time they're taking these engagements, it just feels like they're getting outnumbered.
So is it about not fighting, just being more selective as to when you fight?
Definitely being more selective as to when you fight, but at this point now, it's very scary, because ideally with Chen, you want to have another tier 1 tower, but now Fly gets dueled up.
Oh, it is another duel win for Loda, stacking them up. The Moon is about to get a Ravage, and the Guardian Greaves keep him in fighting shape a bit longer. Now the relocate comes in, the punish again from OG, looking for Loda too. They're going to try to run him down with the bristleback, the IO they will. A double kill for Crit. Miracle hunting for the 3rd, but S4 able to retreat.
Again, just getting outnumbered. You know, they get the nice kill on the Earth Spirit, but at the same time, they just bring in another, like, 2 heroes. They have 1 hero already there behind the Earth Spirit, and then they just relocate 2 more.
And they're hunting for a 3rd kill once again. Ake could get caught out here. The Queen of Pain comes from behind and just disintegrates Ido. And will bring down Crit, but it comes at the cost of S4. It's going to be 4 heroes from the looks of things. Sleight of Fist makes it so. Another quad hero takedown. OG, I think the 3rd or 4th of the game. It has been a bloodbath and mostly favored them, and now Miracle has completed a Battle Fury, but he's doing it by farming heroes. Now 9-0-9 with a 7-3 and 10 Wisp for Crit. 2 relative youngsters here on the top tier 1 Dota, and they are showing just how much they can get done, but you can feel No.3 maybe overextending his own right. Loda collects victory number 233.
Typical Moon.
And they're moving in. Moon overextending as well. I'll healed up for a bit, but he'll burst. So, Alliance stabilized. They get 3. They also ended a decent streak from the IO, I believe. But I just see OG moving forward. They just want to go right back in.
Yeah, I can't say it enough. I'm really impressed how much they just needed to defend those tier 1s, and they did it perfectly.
S4 gets caught. The chains are there again. The physical damage is almost enough to kill S4 instantly. He could have gone for the Remnant into the Slight, but he wants to play it safe. Miracle, another Slight, gets troll trapped, kept away. Meanwhile, the Roshan pit, there's also action breaking out. And Fly has a Magnetize ready with heroes fairly low. Miracle trying to corral heroes on their own, and it's Ake who he catches. A quick chains into a boulder smash. All they need is 1 more roll, and this one's on point. Fly might have gotten laughed at by his team, but he's getting the job done here on the big stage as EGM is in the pit, goes for the TP out. Miracle, chains going down with Roshan back. Oh, not quite. But this does mean Chen out of the picture. Oracle back to the well with OG marching in the pit, and they have an item that has been mostly forgotten. It's a medallion, and in this case, could be big. Look at the Alliance, though. They sweep around, trying to set up. They have a level 2 Queen of Pain ult. Can they maybe steal the Roshan? Can they find a way into this pit? It seems no. They'll forfeit it, and Miracle, who's already been almost impossible to kill, fact, so far hasn't died. Gets even harder to kill.
Huge wins coming out there for OG.
This is such an intense back and forth game, but it is starting to pull away for OG now. With the Roshan kill, about a 7,500 gold lead, closing in on and possibly even peaking over a 10,000 experience lead. And the way Alliance have itemized as well, it's not as much for the late game. It's a Blade Mail Blink Dagger Legion Commander. There's no Radiance inside the Baron. Here we go. The kills that they need. Lona blinking for it. 62 dual victory damage. They might get punished. The Ravage connects on 2. They want S4. Dual Scepter's there. It's going to need 1 auto attack. Sleight of Fist. Kane's Miracle again. Shutting down S4. 1 and 7 to the 9, 0, and 11 of Miracle. We can clearly see who's at the upper hand in that particular matchup. And Lona will be next. 2 cores down. For support Earth Spirit. Fly is going to take that trade all the way to the bank.
He even finishes up the Mjolnir in this instance on Bulldog.
It limits the comeback options pretty severely for Alliance. Means they need to be taking some fight victories. Haven't seen too many, as Moon will get caught out by the Oracle, throwing in the Fortune's End.
I'm going to kill the bear.
But they might kill the bear. With the medallion, it's a lot easier to bring down.
He's avoiding the Savage Roar. Nice play there by No.3.
And that's 300 gold and experience going OG's way. A tier 1 as well. Maybe a tier 2, but they do not have the Ravage for now.
I really don't feel like this 1 in 5 on No.3 is attributing to what he's been doing this game. He's actually had a lot of commitment and a lot of just plays coming out for him. Just leveling up the goo early on, getting the kill on Lone Druid, as well as his rotations all over the place. He's just that meaty frontliner that ends up dying, but he's doing a lot of work.
An extra death early, they lose that tier 1 sooner, or even if he just doesn't have as good a time in the lane, and then suddenly Alliance is snowballing a little bit more. Maybe Bulldog doesn't feel like he has to get so much done in the lane, goes for a different build. Definitely a case where the butterfly effect should be considered.
Yeah.
But OG take the tier 2 now. Closing in down the stretch. Miracle. Can I have the Lincolns before this Aegis expires? Almost certainly. And then how do you kill him? The Blink Duel has been the tool for Alliance to lock him down.
But even then, they haven't killed him.
Right. They got really close top, but imagine him with the Lincolns.
Yeah.
How do you do it?
This is looking quite grim right now for Alliance, but they're just going to still try to keep it in. S4 has just got to keep the split push on, keep the lanes out of their side of the map.
So with the advantage OG has acquired here, is there a point soon where they need to or want to think about breaking the base, or should they be taking that slower approach?
I think they can take as slow as an approach as they want in this game. They have an ancient stack that they can do whenever they want. They have multiple different areas that they can farm all over the place. And Alliance is going to have no way to kill Miracle now that he has that Lincoln's finished up. They can take their time. They have the late game.
I mean, look at this. He's solo pushing mid to the enemy base. Nobody even in the neighborhood. He's aggressively diving EGM. Sure, he's got Aegis Lincolns, but it's not just the items he has. It's the way he's able to use them so offensively.
Yeah, I really don't think that OG's in any rush at this point.
They move off as a pack of 4 into their own woods, but it doesn't seem smoke gank's in order. Just a farm gank. They'll kill those neutral creeps. Get them.
They have to farm together.
Yeah, you go off on your own, you're getting relocate ganks.
You're gonna get outnumbered.
Ember might solo kill anyone, aside from Lone Druid maybe. So they're playing it safe. But it is resulting in an ever-growing chasm of farm advantage here. OG slowly excavating. Alliance continue to find themselves just a little bit more in the hole, bit by bit.
Looks like they want to threaten a
Moon breaks in, and he was thinking about a Ravage on that score, but Fly was not quite in range.
Fly's getting into position now, though.
They can go for this, waiting for the boulder smash to see if it connects. It won't. And meanwhile, bottom, Miracle's come for the rear flank. Drops a Remnant, still holds the Aegis. They will commit the duel. They broke in the lake. The reinforcements have arrived. They get shredded quickly for the damage of No.3, and Alliance find themselves on the run. Round 2 comes through. How do they kill an Ember? A second time he jumps forward, and it's right where Ake is retreating, so he's going to look to finish him off. Bulldog getting controlled, kited, and smacked down by an angry armadillo as OG extend the lead by another 2 kills. Remnant hunting for a third, but the Chen is out. Ake bails on the team and treats home. Everything going OG's way, but this may be a small victory for Alliance. Even this, no! Nothing for free. It's nothing
gets the
for
kill,
free.
gets the experience. At least S4 gets that big bounty there at the end.
1,500 experience going the way, not of the quad, but of the IO. That is your Solar Crest Earn IO, level 13. Only 2K net worth down on the Queen of Fade.
Yeah, now it's at this point is when OG really feels comfortable to go toward that high ground and just solidify the victory in this game.
And they know the Queen of Fade ult's on cooldown, so with Ravage up, Moon never actually dropping it, some new Blink Daggers for the squad. They may try to force something here.
Yeah, this looks like the timing. They have the Blink Dagger on Miracle, Blink Dagger on Moon, and No.3 just finished up the Vlads, so they have Crimson Guard and Vlads able to, so that they can break the high ground a bit easier.
And Miracle using the Blink to initiate as the Remnant back out, and he'll use it. Dodging the Savage Roar there, and now he wants to come back in, and he actually has an Arcane Rune. Very nice with Sleight of Fist. Seems good for him, and indeed it is. Blinking forward, jumping out. He'll be here, he ain't going anywhere.
He's got chill for a bit, out of Remnants.
Yeah, they don't recharge any faster, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't believe so either.
But the Sleight of Fist spam will do just fine. As you can see, every little chunk bringing S4 lower and lower, clearing out the creep waves, chipping at the tower. Queen of Pain ult, still 40 seconds.
Dota does have a BKB now, but let's see what's coming out on the courier. It's an Aghanims for the Tidehunter.
Every 4 seconds, Alliance getting chunked. And at any moment, there could be a Blink Ravage. You really have to be mindful.
Yeah, they're just keeping them in their base. They see the side lanes, they're pushed in. There's no way that Alliance can get out there, and this is the moment where they're just gonna go for the high ground push.
Oh, and now Moon is completed negatives. Yep. So you've got your long range AoE gush. More spam to go with the Ember. It's a pretty cool combo if you think about it. Just lower everyone's armor, then go in for the Sleight of Fist. The siege continues in earnest. BKB now committed. Loda going hard on No.3, but Miracle says, great, you're going to ignore me, and then there's a relocate. They bring them back to safety. Ravage is still available. Alliance
they expended the Quapple, they expended the Duel. Those are the only real teamfight ultimates that they have.
And OG basically is nothing aside from relocate. And now they're going to look for the jump. Moon is ready to swag on some heroes. Get ready for the Blink Ravage. Get ready for the belly flops. He's holding it patiently. All right. Maybe Moon's learned his lesson. He's waited until game 3.
He's just being patient.
I mean, we saw him do it a bit prematurely in some series in the past, but this time he's holding it, like you said. There you go. On to 3. Alliance, no chance. Eviscerated. Slaughtered. Completely destroyed. They have still not killed Miracle. 12, 0, and 16.
Even Crit is having an incredible game. 10, 4, and 16, and there it is. GG. Wow. I really have to attribute this win to OG just because of how keen they were on defending those tier 1 towers. Like we were both kind of saying, they didn't have Ravage, but it didn't really matter. They were just like, if we lose these towers, that's the only way that Alliance can win this game. They have the early game push. They have this very heavy pushing lineup. They don't have any team fight ultimates. If we're just able to hang on to this game, hang on to our tier 1 towers, we're gonna just close this out.
How scared are you of this OG team? Do you see weaknesses? Do you see like a particular strategy the team should be taking towards them? Game 2, Alliance was pretty comfortable, but Miracle got the Ember this game, and it just seemed like they had no tools to deal with it.
Yeah, I'm really not too sure. They're looking really solid right now, and when they get the heroes that they're comfortable on, you see what happens.
And they will be playing Vici Gaming Reborn next, so looking forward a bit to that match, which I believe is the next match coming up.
Yep.
Who do you favor? Is there a clear favorite, or do you think this is more of an even showdown?
I'm gonna say I favor OG just a bit because Miracle has been so dominant, I guess, in that mid lane, and they give him a lot of help. So I'm a little worried for Mikasa because they don't really help him out too much.
Well, apparently, No, who their mid player who didn't get his passport, stayed home. But we've got an interview. Here we go.
So next match will be